I think for me, I did have experience in the health food space. And I found that to be extremely helpful. So the fact that I had started a health food business before at least gave me a lot of connections and a lot of knowledge around, how to scale a business. But my previous business was not an FMCG. It was a restaurant chain.
Coming out of a kind of a blind spot, and what was a moment that you thought ki now we are on a, now the thing is going fine, now we are, kind of a, now we are taking off.
Yeah.
So what was that as a journey that you thought ki now we are on the right path?
Yeah, so I think, just a month after this, we had a very good month. Weather in North India also went from like super cold to super hot. And suddenly, because for us always winter is a little bit down, and then suddenly summer came and just our orders were doing really well, our ads were performing well. And then we got a big order from Starbucks. And I think that was a moment where we thought like, wow, wow, like things are actually really gonna take off now. And it was, after Starbucks, we ended up on Shark Tank.
What was the Shark Tank effect that you had with your brand pre and post Shark Tank happened?
Yeah, so I think, when you start a business, nobody knows who you are. Nobody knows what your business is. And in our case, nobody knew what our product was. So, there was a lot of unknowns. And I think Shark Tank for us at least eliminated a lot of that. So now if I go to a supplier or if I'm doing sampling at an event, a lot of times people say, oh, I've already seen this on Shark Tank. I saw your brand story, or I saw, this celebrity shark enjoying this drink. And so I think that brand awareness, just that overarching brand awareness that comes from being on a TV show like that has been super duper helpful. The business has definitely grown, but I wouldn't say we've seen like a strong, direct ROI in terms of numbers from being on the show. But I think what it has done is just created this brand awareness that, will carry the business forward for the next couple of years for sure.
Now, let's talk about what lies ahead for Atmosphere Nourishment. Like, what are the new launches that you might be planning? How is the entire brand portfolio looks like? What are the variants that you have been working on? Anything new developments, whatever that you want to share?
Yeah, no, it's a very exciting time for Atmosphere because we are working on a lot of different new products. Our mission and our goal as a company is to help India have better gut health. And so all of our products are related to a healthier gut. But we are really focusing now on more targeted products. So we're going to be entering, the supplement pharmaceutical industry with targeted gut supplements that can help people really heal from problems like acidity or bloating or fatigue or weight gain or different things like that. We are also working on more healthy snacks. So we've had a lot of customers, again, ask us for something savory. We've been doing
healthy options.
Healthy options, of course, of course. So our main product is kombucha, but we also do chocolate fudge. But beyond that, people have been asking us for something savory, and so we have a savory snack launching very soon. And at the same time, we actually have a bunch of other things that we're also working on. So one thing we have realized is that category creation is challenging, and while the kombucha category grows, we will grow with it. But we don't want to limit Atmosphere's business to just kombucha, which is why, we've been exploring a lot of other things.
And you are now an omni-channel brand, or mostly catering to D2C channel or general store, modern trade?
Yeah, so we're available across the board. So we're in primarily more of the organized retail, like the modern bazaars or the nature's baskets of India. But certainly we are also available in a lot of smaller modern trade stores. And then we do a significant amount of business through our own e-commerce website.
So as a brand, what do you think is a major sales channel, the online channel or the offline channel?
So definitely, I think, in FMCG, offline is always going to be bigger because there's only so much that people are going to order their groceries online. People like going to the store or they like going to Blinkit now. So you have quick commerce now, which is, now emerging as a big way that people are purchasing their groceries. And so Atmosphere will soon be listing on Swiggy Instamart, will be listing on Blinkit as well. And I think those are going to become really big channels for us. But at the same time, as a business, especially as a non-funded business, because we're still a bootstrap business, when you put your products into a modern bazaar or into a retail store, you're essentially, saying goodbye to your money for the next 60 days or maybe longer because, a lot of these people are not the best paymasters. And so for us, that e-commerce side of the business is really our bread and butter. It's how we pay our rent. It's how we pay our salaries. It's how we pay a majority of our vendors. The profit for us is always actually out in the market somewhere. And you do also run into instances where people run off and they don't pay you or, different things like that. And that's, your profit. You could literally just see your profit kind of running away or disappearing somewhere. And so it can be very frustrating as well, which is why I think it's very important to have a channel that you're in control of. At least for us, with our e-commerce channel, it's, that money is something that we can control.